Bill Cosby denied parole until he takes classes, learning when and where he could use his pudding pop.
Oh, Black Dynamite, I wish it was that simple, but this is much bigger than you and me.
Hey, little mama. It may be bigger than you, and it may be bigger than me, but it ain't bigger than you and me. Can you dig it?
BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so yeah. So apparently, Bill Cosby has been denied parole from the parole board. And one of the reasons is he refuses to take classes to prevent himself from doing any more sexual encounters against women's will. Okay. Now I'm laughing about this. First of all, let's just be clear. No rape of any kind is funny. No assault of the sexual nature is funny. I'm saying that because sometimes people get slapped and we might laugh. So I want to be clear on this. No assault of the sexual nature is ever funny. None of these things is humorous. I don't want anybody to think that I'm laughing at that. What I'm laughing at is the sheer fact that an 83-year-old man, for everybody that don't know, Bill Cosby is 83 years old, that an 83-year-old man would have to take classes or be rehabilitated from such a thing. It's like, who do you expect him to do these things to at this point in his life? He probably needs help to chew soup. I mean, I'm saying things, but am I really? Anyway, for everybody that don't know, upon his being denied by the Pennsylvania Parole Board, what they did was they cited a number of reasons for this particular decision that they made. For everybody that don't know, Cosby is currently serving a 3 to 10. He was found guilty of sexually assaulting a former Temple University employee. So that's basically what he was found guilty of. If everybody also, he was found guilty in 2018. And for everybody that don't know, in 2017, he actually, he got acquitted in 2017 when they was trying to bring up all of those different charges that is in everybody's minds. He was only found guilty of one, apparently. So that's that. Anyway, the letter which indicated the board's decision, it happened on the letter was formed on May 11th, and it basically said that he must participate, Bill Cosby, participate and complete additional institutional programs. I'm gonna assume at this point, because this is what I heard, one of these programs was you have to take a sex offenders program, like type thing. Now, with that being said, just so we can be clear, I do think anyone who is in prison because they are a sex offender, 100%, I don't care if your time is up. I think that it should be mandatory that before you can be released, you take one of this program or a program that's like whatever the program it is, because you are a sex offender. I think, just so we can be clear, we can't just be allowing sex offenders back out onto the street. I made a joke a minute ago about him being 83 years old, who can he sex offend? But I mean, at the end of the day, I do think that everyone should have to take these courses. It's not mandatory right now, so I think that they can kind of not necessarily look at it for a reason to not allow for an 83-year-old man to be allowed back out into society. With that also being said, I just want to be clear. They also said he had a failure to develop a parole release plan. Now, I think that's a pretty good reason to hold on to somebody if you don't know what the individual is going to do when they get released. At the same time, this is Bill Cosby. It's not like you're releasing him and you don't know if he's going to have a house to live in. It's a totally different situation. Another thing that they said weighed into their decision to not grant parole was he received a negative recommendation from the Department of Corrections. I think that I don't know why it was negative, and I'm not saying it should have been negative or that it should be negative, but I do agree that if you get a negative recommendation from the Department of Corrections, or should I say if somebody received a negative recommendation from the Department of Corrections, I can't be too upset that they weren't allowed to be freed. I don't know if the Department of Corrections, I do think that they need to be monitored, so I think everybody needs to be monitored. I don't trust none of you rat bastards, just so we can be clear. With that being said, also Andrew Wyatt, who's actually a spokesman for Bill Cosby, said that the news of the denial, it was not a surprise. Cosby and his team's friends and family knew that this was most likely the way that it was going to go. I'm assuming the reason why Bill Cosby doesn't want to take do the course for the sex deviant course, I don't know what they call it, the sex offenders course, is because I'm thinking that he doesn't want to acknowledge that any of this was possible. I don't think that he wants to acknowledge, and I could be wrong, what do I know? I don't know these people personally, but I would assume that he doesn't want there to be any conceding on his part that he might even have been that these are his actions, that these are things that he would be liable to do. So I think that might be the reason in itself why he's like, look, I'm not taking that course, because once I take the course, they're gonna basically say Bill Cosby had to take sex offenders try, and you see how that goes. It doesn't even roll off the tongue well. With that being said, he better be ready to do 10 years then. I do not see I don't see any parole board allowing for him to be let out of jail without taking a particular course. Also, I don't think that just sex offenders in general should be allowed to go free until they take some kind of sex deviant course, sex offenders course. So if not anything else, there could be an understanding, or people can grasp where these individuals are individually with their state of mind. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people that might want to bash Bill Cosby over this and are still holding this over his head, not saying that it shouldn't be. I think that anybody who commit sex acts, crimes of sex, I think they should have to live with that shit for the rest of their damn lives, just so we can be clear. But I think that a lot of people that would like to say hold this against Bill Cosby, just so we can be clear, they would love for him to go take these courses so they could, look, he had to go take those courses because, Cosby. Let me know what y'all guys think about that. Put it down in the comment section. I want to know, what do y'all think Bill Cosby should do? Should he just take the course? Because he's not going to get out. I don't believe they're going to allow for him to get out in less than 10 years unless he takes these courses. But he probably just, at this point, he's so old, he's like, that's not something, let me at least die with my dignity. But with all that also being said, just so we can be clear on this, I am not going light on Bill Cosby on this because he's Bill Cosby. I just also believe that in the inception of this Me Too movement situation that we are currently now living through, there were individuals who were probably, I'm not going to necessarily say falsely accused, but were accused of doing things that both parties at the time of these things happening might have been like, oh, this is okay. And then after the fact, sometimes people feel guilty. That might be the case with some of these individuals. I'm not saying that that's the case, particularly in Bill Cosby's situation. But I mean, me as a man, there's some chicks that I've had sex with and said, if anybody find out, I'm gonna say she raped me. Anyway, let me know what y'all guys think about this. Put it down in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.
Mike Jones Beats.
this is much bigger than you and me.
Hey, little mama. It may be bigger than you, and it may be bigger than me, but it ain't bigger than you and me.